Well, Comic-Con is happening, and Russell T. Davies and the crew of Doctor Who are there in Hall H. And they made an announcement today, which really didn't come to anybody's surprise. They have been hyping this for a little bit, and it's been a rumored series called The War Between Land and Sea. Kind of a weird title, but I guess that's what we're going to have. It's going to be creatures coming out of the ocean while the Doctor is away in the Doctor Who universe. And UNIT, the little group that helps out the Doctor over the last season, that obnoxious group, mostly comprised of companions and the like, is going to be fighting against them. So it's kind of like a Torchwood sort of thing, but not again. And this one's going to be a 5-part series, and it's going to feature these 4 cast members right here, which is the exciting hype part, I guess. I think this is dead on arrival. I don't see any way this does well whatsoever. And I'll get into why in just a moment. My name's John Delarose, everybody, and of course, we bring you the most up-to-date Doctor Who content here on the channel, so please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm a big science fiction writer myself, and I'd like to think I'm a little more talented than Mr. Russell T. Davies here. If you would like something that's cool, I've got a graphic novel and novel on this campaign. It's called The Hidden Emperor, and the novel's called Into the Black, starring my character Ayla Rin of the Terran Imperium. This is a beautiful, sweeping science fiction epic, and if you want some great stuff, this is the spot for you. Real heroism, real adventure, classic like it used to be. I get compared to Valerian and Laureline, the French comic, quite a bit, so please check this out. It's in the description below. Really appreciate you supporting the channel and supporting great science fiction. You can see that we've had a tremendous campaign so far. Thank you so much. All right, so this is a big announcement in Hall H at Comic-Con. The War Between Land and Sea, and they've got Russell Tovey and Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Oh my gosh, these names. To star in this. So that's the 2 on the left right here, and you might recognize the black girl from earlier in Doctor Who, the 2nd season of David Tennant. This was Martha's sister. Now, Martha's sister was working for some political people in the series. She got caught up in some bad stuff that, like, she was kind of like their assistant and a scientist and all that. And then Martha and the Doctor came and went and saved her. That's pretty much her contribution. She was in, like, gosh, I can't remember. I know 2 episodes for sure, maybe 3. And that was her. So everybody here has a Doctor Who past, but even though she played that character of Martha Jones, she is not actually playing Martha's sister here. Now, why would you have the same actress back and have her play a different character? That's kind of a stupid decision, but hey, I mean, that's what they're doing. If you had some sort of continuity for people to care about, maybe people would come in on this. But clearly they just want like a black female lead. I mean, you could see like the writing on the wall for the Disney era. It's just all about replacing the white leads of things, culturally appropriating British TV to make for the Disney agenda. And so that's what we're going to get right here. Now, the 2 on the left, that's the head of UNIT, of course, another strong female lead as the person in charge, and then some random guy from UNIT during the show from the Gatwa season this year, who really didn't get a lot of airtime and people don't really care about. Yay. So I guess, like, half the cast comes from the current season and from the 60th anniversary specials with that the whole Torchwood only not called UNIT, and UNIT is now their big thing. I don't know why they didn't just call the show UNIT instead of The War Between Land and Sea, but hey, that's what they're doing. And the rumors of this coming out ahead of time, because we knew this show was coming, were that Martha Jones would be coming back to the show, and that. I wasn't excited about that. I thought, okay, great. So we're going to do another black lead era with Gatwa. And sure enough, we do get that. And we do get a similar actress. And I guess this is why those rumors of Martha Jones were swirling, because everybody maybe saw this gal attached to it in the background and figured, oh, of course Martha will come back if she's in it, because obviously if her bit part sister is in it, it's going to star Martha, right? But no, it's dumber than that, of course. So this is being reported by Variety.com, and of course, they're trying to hype everybody up with this. And there's a Into the Whoniverse panel at San Diego Comic-Con on Friday. Russell Tovey is one of the stars. He's the lead, the cast of a 5-part series with Gugu Mbatha-Raw. I guess was in Loki, too. It's called The War Between Land and Sea. They'll be joined by the other two who are part of that unit cast. The series picks up as a fearsome and ancient species emerges from the ocean, dramatically revealing themselves to humanity. An international crisis is triggered. With the entire population at risk, unit steps into action and the land and sea wage war. So this is supposed to tie into the next season of Doctor Who, from what I understand. And so they're really banking a lot on the Gatwa era, which is kind of interesting because, again, like they are not leaning into David Tennant era or Matt Smith or Christopher Eccleston or even Peter Capaldi, the stuff that people actually watched. They're doing a spin-off of a show that has the lowest ratings of Doctor Who of all time. And it's going to tie into the show that has the lowest ratings of Doctor Who of all time. Typically, when you do a spin-off of something that has very, very low ratings, the ratings of the spinoff actually are a percentage of those ratings even less. So this is why I'm saying it's immediately dead on arrival. You're going to have something that is going to get lower ratings than the current iteration of Doctor Who, which is already in massive trouble. We've already had, over the last couple weeks, Disney investors are signaling that they're not happy with how it's gone so far. And it looks like they're trying to figure out how they can change things going forward because this last season was a complete train wreck. If you watch the shows, you know why, because the writing was just half-assed, off the wall, and very extremely leaning into identity politics, including race and including the LGBTQ stuff, just over the top through everything. We saw just a complete transformation of the Doctor into a character that nobody recognized anymore. The Doctor used to have masculine energy where he would solve crises. He would stand in the face of danger, and Gatwa would stand and cry in a corner while Ruby Sunday kind of urged him to move on. It was really a bastardization of the show on every single level, a subversion of Doctor Who more than anything. And the final straw, really, for most people was when Ruby was in danger. In the Bridgerton ripoff episode, written by one of the writers of Loki, said they really like to, and you see how the sort of incestuous nepotism gets involved here. Like Disney funds Doctor Who, Disney Plus has Loki, and so one of the writers of Loki gets to write Doctor Who, and then one of the stars of Loki gets to star in the new Doctor Who show. It's really ridiculous if you just kind of look at it from that level. They're not choosing the best people for these parts. They're choosing the people who are just ingrained within the Disney system. And that's why this feels nothing like Doctor Who. It feels like a Disney bastardization of Doctor Who, right? And during that scene, of course, we know that famously in Rogue, the Doctor, instead of going and helping Ruby, went and chased after some dude so he could go make out with him. Absolutely disgusting stuff. It was degenerate. It's shocking they'd put that in a kids program. And if you listen to Russell T Davies' talk, he loves putting that kind of material in kids' programs. It's all about that. That's what he wants to do, is honestly groom the youth into the next generation of this stuff. So now we're going to have this spin-off, which this doesn't relate to the last season. There's no episode in this season that has like some random sea creatures coming out of the earth that these people will have to fight. So this is going to come out of the second season, which is probably going to get even lower ratings than the first. I mean, they're replacing the one actor that people like, Millie Gibson, with a new companion. And I guess this is going to tie into that somehow. So, okay, cool. And so it's created by Russell T Davies, no shocker there, who wrote the spinoff with Pete Matig. And the series features a triumphant return of the Sea Devils, a classic Doctor Who villain's first seen in 1972. This is another thing that Russell T Davies is doing. He like watches an episode of the old show, and goes, "Oh, Sutekh, it's Pyramids of Mars. Yeah, let me just bring that back and change it around to make it my own." And then he changes it around to make it his own. So it kind of insults classic fans every time and pretends like it's really tying hard into those sorts of things when it really doesn't. It's really its own new thing. It just uses the names to kind of trick fans, or at least they're trying to trick them with nostalgia bait, which doesn't work super well because of the way that it's done every single time. So Davies said, "I'm so lucky to work with such a magnificent cast, and this is a huge, muscular, thrilling drama." I love the way that they talk. Just so gay. "Which will shake the Whoniverse into its foundations. When Doctor's not in town, a whole of humanity is in trouble." It's not Tovey's first brush with the universe. He also appeared in Doctor Who as Alonzo Frame over a decade ago. And Mbatha-Raw, of course, was Martha Jones' sister, Tish. Davies confirmed that they will play new roles in the spinoff, and that's what's really weird. Why would you hold and bring back these characters and these actors and have them play different characters rather than the ones that people know? I mean, that would actually add a lot of lore to the stuff from a decade ago, but I have no idea what they're thinking. So Bad Wolf produced it, of course, with BBC for Disney-branded television, okay? So it is a Disney bastardization as well. You know exactly what that means on this level. It's going to double down on the woke. It's just going to be terrible. Every episode is going to be a lecture in identity politics, and it's going to be more insufferable stuff that this happens every single time. So Gatwa says, the pressure fuels you because it's a show that sits on so many people's hearts and souls. It's an absolute honor to play a character that's been ongoing for 60 years. Oh, geez. And so this is what they've got right now. It says Gatwa and Gibson are set to return next season. Gibson's only going to be in like 2 or 3 episodes, so she's going to be out pretty soon. And then the Little Mermaid star will join them in part of, quote, Ruby's journey. Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, I don't see this going well whatsoever. It's going to be a spin-off of an episode coming from next season, which is then, I guess, related to a 1972 episode that Russell T. Davies is going to change the lore of. We know how little he respects the lore and how little he respects the Who fandom, and this is just another train wreck in the making. I expect this to get lower ratings than Doctor Who by far, and that'll be just a sad, sad day. That's why they're only doing a 5-parter. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to back the Hidden Emperor Kickstarter for great science fiction. I guarantee you'll love this. Thank you for supporting us this weekend. We'll see you soon.